Welcome. It is I, Dr. Robotnik, the sending technician. Today I'm going to describe to you how to send the message that you're later going to encode so it can be decoded. So the first step is to figure out what your three-letter message is going to be. For our example, we chose YSL, aka Yvette Saint Laurent, the designer brand, because we dripping out here. And yeah, so once you figure out what your three-letter message is going to be, you want to enter it at the three-letter message box at the top of the encoder. I wish I could show you, but I don't know how to flip the camera around. So you're just going to have to imagine it, but once you see it, you can follow along or something. So yeah, you enter your message at the top. In our case, it's YSL. And from there, it splits it up into each separate character and puts it in a box. Or each of them goes in their own separate box, and there's 3 boxes. So each box does the encoding at the same time, and it automatically puts it in the boxes, so you don't gotta do it one by one. But for now, I'm just gonna use Y as an example, just so I can show you how it's done. So yeah, you put the Y in, and it puts it in the letter to encode box. And from there, it turns it into the decimal form. And in the decimal form, it's either a 0 or not a 0, basically. And actually, for ours, since we're going to go up to 8 bits, it is either a 0 or a 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, or a 128. So, and using that information, it can make it into binary. So the decimal form for Y, for going from left to right, is 0, 64, 32, 16, 8, 0, 0, 1. And when transferred to binary, it turns either the 0 turns into a 0, or if it's anything other than a 0, it'll be a 1. So in binary, that is 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. And using that binary, it can either be a low frequency or a high frequency wave, which allows it to be made into a sound wave. So the 0 is the low frequency wave, and the 1 is a high frequency wave. Putting it in binary makes it easier to send digitally, so it can be decoded. So now I'm going to get my partner to explain how the decoding works. So I'll be back, or he'll be back in a second. It is I, the receiving technician, Dr. Hassan Madadabadada. So, I'm going to describe to you how the decoding works. So when the message was typed into the encoder and automatically encoded, it actually got transferred into the decoder as a binary, each box. And there's 3 separate boxes in the decoder because the 3 boxes did the encoding, so the 3 boxes are doing the decoding. But so the binary codes of each letter were sent into each of their respective boxes. And using that, you pretty much just reverse the steps of encoding. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I'll explain it anyway. So yeah, it's put into the decoder as binary, and then changed into decimal, and then using the decimal, there's actually a function in Google Sheets that can use that to change it back into a character. So I'll use Y as an example in the decoder again. So it went from 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1 in binary to 0, 64, 32, 16, 8, 0, 0, 1 in decimal. And that decimal is actually 121 in the actual character list thing. And it sends that decimal letter over to the decoded letter box at the bottom, which, to no surprise, it reveals a Y. So you pretty much just reverse engineer, as they say in the biz, to decode it. And so after it takes all 3 of those boxes, decodes all 3 of the letters, it automatically puts it into a box at the bottom, combines all 3, and turns into YSL. So yeah, you encode YSL, go through all the transferring, send it over to the decoder, go through all the transferring, and you get YSL again. So thank you for listening to the Decoding and Encoding Brothers. I appreciate it. Namaste.